Now, but that side over there is short, right? They might get me more hay. So add, turn these, or make them long, so it'll throw more hay, or you short, maybe shorten the neck.
Flips this here up like this here, that flips that up, and those needles come up there and pushes the string up and ties the knot.
What brings the string up?
The diagram is right there on how to thread it. Here you run through that, you go underneath that. There's two more of these right here up under yonder. Well, hello everybody. Danny and Wanda back from Deepsouth Homestead. Well guys, we spent a whole summer of drought here at Pecan Grove, and we had beautiful hay most of the spring, and it went to waste because couldn't get anybody to cut it and bale it for us. So Wanda and I prayed about this, and we searched out high and low, and the Lord led a gentleman into our path through another person, and we were able to purchase a New Holland square baler. Now, yes, it's an older baler, but we went to the gentleman's place originally to look at it. It's about a 40-minute drive from here, and it had been sitting in a barn for years. He said, I had bought new, he was a guy who baled hay. He said, I bought new equipment. He said, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just been sitting in the barn because we upgraded to bigger and better equipment. And I was ready to bring it home that day because he gave me the price on it, and I was like, yes, you know. And he said, no. He said, let me get it out from under the barn and let me go through it and let me make sure everything on it's working and there's no problems anywhere. He said, the shear pins, I'll make sure everything's good on it. He said, I loaned it out to my brother, and he said, I want to make sure it's all working. So we left and waited a week for him to get it all out, and he went through it, made sure everything was working. He greased everything and we went back this morning and he had it hooked to a tractor. We took it out. He said it works. We showed us how it all worked. He showed me how to thread all the hay baling twines. He showed it tying the knots and showed it doing everything. Worked perfect. And I told him, I said, well, I love it and I want it. I know it's old, but I want it because yes, it's square bales, but you know what? I just got Dexter's and we're doing round bales, and we've been wasting a lot of hay with round bales. And when I've got square bales, I can feed them to the cows along as we go, and I don't waste as much hay because I can put it in feed troughs. And not to say I won't still do some round bales, because I probably will, but the square bales for Pecan Grove seems to be the way to go. But now, while we were there, to show you how good God is and how he begins to bless ahead of time, he asked me, he said, is one of them all you really want? Or would you like another one for parts? And I said, well, that depends, you know, on how much you want for another one. He said, well, I got another one sitting over here. And he said, you can have it for this amount of money. And when he told me that, I said, sold, instantly. And guys, this is it sitting here. Now, it is a lot older. This one has been sitting out in the field. This one that we just got had been under a barn the whole time. But I told him, I said, look, I'll take it because all the mechanisms on it are all still working. This one's just been sitting under a tree out in the field. And if something breaks on this one, I don't have to run and try to order a part. If I've got hay cut down in a field and I'm trying to bale it, I can come up here with this one. It's got all this stuff still works fine on it. All the chains are still good on it. As a matter of fact, it's still got hay twine sitting in it from when the last time it was used. I mean, it has every part on it that's on that one. Same year model, same baler exactly. He said that the only thing he knew was wrong with this one is the shear pin got sheared on the front of it, and nobody ever put a shear pin back in it. So he said, and other than that, and it needed a wheel on the side here to be able to drop this down for the tines to be able to pick the hay up. He said, but other than that, it needs a tire on it. You know, I mean, he said, Mr. King, he said, it's got every part that one needs on this one if you need a spare part. And for the small, I'm talking about when I say meager amount of money, it was so meager. I think he just wanted to get it out of his field, to be honest with you. And I told him, I says, I'll make you a deal. I'll give you this amount of money for it when I pull this one home if you'll follow me with this one and deliver it. And he said, I can do that. So actually we got them both here at exactly the same time, and the man was tickled to death that I offered him more money for this one and him deliver it along with me when I brought this one. And guys, we want to give God all the honor and the glory for this, because only he could have made it possible where we didn't get just one baler, but we got two identical balers, and now we have one for parts. That's God. Well, we just wanted to bring you along and show you that it's not about how wealthy a person is, because, you know, we get some comments talking about, oh, you people are rich. No, it's not that we're rich. Guys, it's called God. When you pray about things and you're patient and you wait on the Lord, when the Lord makes things available in his time. Now, we looked all summer for a baler, but we would not go and buy one until we knew it's what God had for us. And yes, we have lots of equipment. I have tractors. I have tons of equipment, all this kind of stuff. But you know what? It was occurred over a lifetime. And I waited on the Lord, because this stuff I can pay cash for. I'm not going in debt for something. And does it need a little work? Hey, yeah, it probably occasionally I'll have to do a little work to it. But you know what? In my book, that's better than paying notes on something new. And that's how, guys, and will I, you know me, will I repaint this? Probably so. When I get the New Holland paint, I'll probably repaint, clean the power wash, steam clean the whole thing up, you know, repaint it, may put new stickers on it, but I won't do it until I get a shed to put it under. And when I get a shed to put it under, and I have time, that's like a little project for me, and I want to work on it under a shed, I can do a part and paint it, do a part and paint it. You know me, there'll come a day it'll probably look brand new again. And as long as I've got other parts that I can still keep replacing parts with, hey, I am tickled to death, just like it was a brand new one. And I praise the Lord above for making not only this one, but that one available also. Thank you guys from Deepsouth Homestead.